This video is about how to make more money in your existing job without starting a YouTube channel, without quitting your job, without doing 9 side hustles, okay, and without becoming an entrepreneur. Let me tell you where I'm coming from. If you go to YouTube nowadays or Instagram, the whole positioning is that if you are in a job, it's all nonsense. You should become an entrepreneur. You should become a YouTube channel, and all YouTubers make millions of dollars, and all Instagrammers make millions of dollars. Nothing could be further from the truth. Okay. There is a very small percentage of YouTubers and Instagrammers who make that kind of money. The rest of them are barely able to pay their electricity bills. And why on earth should you start your own business if you are actually happy in your job, right? So this video is for all those of you who actually want to make a better career for yourself. You're happy in your roles. You don't want to become an entrepreneur. Absolutely fine. There is a different profile of an entrepreneur, and not everyone is that. And some of us are actually happy. As a corporate trainer, I interact with hundreds of salaried employees every month, and lots of them are very happy in their jobs. What we're going to talk about is what are the steps that you can take to make more money, to become more successful in your career. And a lot of us are not taught this thing on a on an official basis by HR. Who are more, while we do go through learning and development programs which are organized by our L&D teams, but many times, okay, this input is missing. So here goes. In this video, we're going to look at 9 ways in which you can grow your careers, 9 ways in which you can make more money on the job. My name is Maneesh Konkar. I'm a corporate trainer. I started off as an MBA from IIM Bangalore, joined ITC from campus, and then since then, I have been a corporate trainer in the areas of sales, consumer marketing, digital marketing. I also run a digital marketing agency, and we've got lots of online courses in all of these areas. I also teach negotiation skills. So have a look at all the links in the description, and you can sign up for our free courses. And okay, let's enjoy the video. All right. So the first point we are talking about is don't compete with the boss. I made this mistake when I joined ITC from campus. What happened was that I was posted in a branch in North India, and there was a new branch manager over there, and he was my skip level boss. I was reporting into the area manager, and the area managers were reporting into the branch manager. Now, the branch was a non-performing branch. The branch had not been delivering on its targets, and this branch manager had come in to shake up the system. And what was happening was obviously all the lazy managers in the office were resisting that particular change. And because I didn't know any better, what happened was they were competing with the bosses. I actually took their side and ended up with career consequences. Okay. Later on, I realized that what the branch manager was saying was actually right. Okay. As a general rule, what I would like to suggest to people, I see this in my corporate training workshops all the time, is too often, no, people are jealous of the boss. They feel they are the ones who deserve the promotion. Now, even if that is true, let's put it this way, competing with your boss is going to get you nowhere. So, the idea is that you have to become your boss's best employee. Bosses are not always arrogant and vicious and ruthless. We know some great relationships that team members have with their bosses, and and to a very large extent, your success in an organization is not only dependent on the performance that you deliver on the job, it is also dependent on the relationships that you have with your boss. If your relationships are not okay, chances are you carry a lot of stress. Chances are that your efforts will not produce recognition. And we feel that why should this matter. There is an appraisal system in place, but we heard one head of HR say recently there is no such thing as a 100% objective performance appraisal system. Wherever there are human beings involved, there will always be a certain amount of subjectivity. What we do in our systems in leadership is we try to standardize the subjectivity. So, message number one: don't compete with the boss. Become his biggest supporter. Become the best employee for the boss, and that's how he becomes your champion. He's the one who positions you. He finds career opportunities for you, and he continues to be your supporter for a long time. All right. So that's the first point. The second point that we recommend is that uh, career growth is only going to come if you are a star performer. So if you have been given a bunch of targets, you better achieve those targets. However, there is a there is a concept of red, orange, and green. And orange is that you're meeting expectations. So if you are expected to do, let's say, 10 things, let's say you're an area manager, you want to aspire to become a regional manager, or you're a frontline sales guy and you want to become an area manager. And as a frontline salesperson, you are expected to do 8 things in the market. Every day, you're supposed to drive the business of the company, you're supposed to appoint new distributors. Now, all that is fine. But if I tell you to do 8 things and you do only those 8 things and you don't do one thing extra, or sometimes you do those 8 things and slacken off. As you start achieving your targets by the 20th, 22nd of the month, you get into this mode where you don't want to exceed your targets. Otherwise, your fear is that next month onwards, you'll get far bigger targets. This is not the behavior of a leader. Okay, so this is not the behavior of a star performer. So I tell you 8 things to do, and you do those 8 things, and you are orange, meets expectations. I tell you to do 8 things, your leadership expects 8 things from you, and you do only 6 or 7 of them. And yes, you might have a lot of justified reasons as to why you couldn't do everything that you were supposed to be doing. Well, you haven't done the 8 things, which means you're red, you're not meeting expectations. But I tell you to do 8 things, and you do everything of that, plus you do 2 or 3 things more, which was beyond your role. Okay, and this is very necessary. You have to do all the 8 things that are part of your role, and then only do this 2 or 3 things extra. That is when you start getting into green territory. Okay, doing the same job and expecting different results is not going to get us any great career success. So the second message to everybody is, let's become star performers. Let's do more than what is expected of us. And if you're not in the mood to do that, you might want to start asking yourself as to whether you really want to make a career in this company. In that case, the sooner you move out of this organization, the better it is. All right, so that's point number two, become a star performer. Point number three is have regular one on one meetings with the boss. Now, you'll be surprised. Okay, now if you're an area manager, I would like to ask you, what are the, if you got a team of 6 or 7 people, I would like to ask you, can you clearly list down what each and every one of those 7 people is actually doing every day? Chances are you won't be able to figure it out. Maybe they are in the field, but what are they doing in the field? Which you might have a tour plan. He's supposed to go into this particular area, but what is his goal in that particular area? Chances are you have no idea. Your boss, if you have a boss who is not geographically in the same location as you are, he will not have too much of an idea of what is up to. Right? So therefore, what is recommended is regular one-on-one meetings with the boss, which you probably cover, which you would do, where you would cover 4 things. So what are the first thing that you would do? You'd give the boss an operational update. This is what is happening as far as the operations is concerned. This is a project that these 3 members are working on. This is what I am working on. These are the challenges that we are facing. We address these challenges, but this is what we are going to work on this week. This is point number A, operational update. Point number two is understanding business trends. There is an interesting thing that is happening in the market right now. We would like to update you about it. Don't wait till the meeting at the end of the month in which to do this. Right. So that's the second piece. Is a business update. The third is an update with the team. Sir, so and so person of the team is having a bit of an issue. So and so has done exceedingly well. This team member has done exceedingly well in his markets. Why don't you just pick up the phone and talk to him? He's really done well. This person seems to be on the way out. I think he's looking at a new role. He's not very happy in his role. So that's the team update. And point number four would be to have a career conversation. The fourth point would be once every 2 or 3 months, or 1 or 2 months, whatever frequency you and your boss are comfortable with, is that you have a regular meeting with the boss. These ideas are inspired by Ali Abdal. I'm a great fan of Ali Abdal. Do remember to follow Ali Abdal's channel. Of course, follow my channel also. Okay, that's something I would request you to do. And yeah, if you reached till here, thanks a lot. Do remember to like and subscribe to this channel and this video, and share this video with your colleagues at work who are struggling in their careers. All right. So point number three is have regular one-on-one meetings with the boss. Point number four is you can actually have a direct conversation with your boss and ask him, sir, what actions do I need to take to deserve a salary jump in the next 6 months to 1 year? Now, Most people, they get very aggressive during salary negotiations. Our recommendation to everybody is be pleasantly assertive and full of gratitude. You're basically going to your boss and telling, sir, I've had a wonderful time in this company for the last 2 years. It's taught me a lot, but I believe that the talent that I bring to the table doesn't justify, the salary that I'm making doesn't justify the talent that I bring to the table and my performance. But is there any additional expectations that the organization has from me, that you have from me? I would like to work towards those expectations so that I can earn my salary jump in the next 6 months to 1 year. You're not giving him an ultimatum. Okay, you are having a respectable, matured conversation with your boss and setting your expectations very clear. You don't want to give him a googly, sir, I'm walking, okay, and or else, okay, I give me this salary or else. It doesn't work that way. It's going to be or else. He'll tell you bye bye. So that's the end. Point number four: discuss what actions do I need to take for a salary jump. Point number five is, and we've seen this mistake. I mean, right now I'm in a offsite in a location where we are doing a program for an FMCG company. And I am seeing that literally 40% of the crowd over here in the discussions that we are having with the team is actually giving me the impression that they think that the company strategy, I'll put it this way, maybe you're right, but who cares? Okay, they're not asking you your opinion. You can give your opinion, but yeah, there is no point in giving your opinion if no one is prepared to listen to you. Now, maybe in your infinite wisdom, you're right, but maybe you don't know what is the thought process. Maybe the senior leaders, have some information about what you are, okay, about what you are not seeing in the market right now. I mean, those guys didn't become vice presidents by themselves. I mean, they weren't born into, they're not, they weren't born into the leadership roles. They went through the same path that you are going through right now. So don't fight the company strategy, support the company strategy. The way one is to be done is, if you get a target, right now you're doing, let's say, 100 units of volume as a target, your boss takes it to 140 units. Don't say no, no, 140 nahi hoga, 120 yoga. What you tell him is, sir, I can do 140 if you give me A, B, C, D. Give me these budgets for a local marketing promotion. I want to run digital marketing in my hyper local area and get more leads so that I can run this support. I need to hire four more people in so and so area. I need to appoint six more distributors. This is how you support the company strategy. You just put the ball back into their court pleasantly, assertively. This is not a battle we are fighting with our bosses, but the idea would be that can I support my company strategy by coming up with options. Also, it's one more thing we've observed is that if you go with only one recommendation to your boss, things get a little difficult. Your boss has to say yes or no, and if he says no, he knows he's hurting you. If he says no, you get hurt. So it's better to go with two or three different options. So we can do this, or we can do this, or we can do this, and that's how, you become a supporter of the company's strategy. Point number six, move away from what's in it for me. Every time a change is introduced into the system, our first tendency is, how does it affect me? And most of us, as emotional human beings, we tend to oppose change. Whenever something drastic happens, for example, COVID, when it happened on 23rd March 2020, when Modi ji launched, announced the lockdown, or when demonetization hit sometime in November 2016, the first reaction tends to be an extreme fear reaction, which is called deer in the headlights. A deer stands frozen on the road. What? Where is the term coming from? It's coming from, let's say you finish the market. You're in a state like Himachal. There are no street lights anywhere on the highways. You turn a corner. It's a mountainous winding road that you're on, and it's pitch dark. And you turn the corner, and suddenly there's a wild animal in the middle of the road, a deer, and you're doing about 40-50 kilometers an hour, and you're going to hit the deer, and the deer needs to get out of the way because you can't change your lane. It's a single lane, two lane road, and the deer knows, but it can't do though because it's frozen. This is called deer in the headlights. Very closely to deer in the headlights is the turtle syndrome. Whenever we see a change in the company strategy, for example, the company is moving from a 100% distribution in outlet strategy to a 20-80 distribution strategy. They're going to focus 80% of the resources on the top 20-25% outlets in a particular area. So most of us, whenever these changes are introduced, tend to look at it from our own perspective. If you look at it from the boss's perspective, how can I help my boss adjust to this change? uh, HR, learning and development, admin, planning, strategic planning, the chairman's office, they keep doing new projects in the organization all the time. And they look for support in the field to help them do pilots. You and your boss should be that support. So move away from what's in it for me. Think from the boss's perspective. A lot of these projects help in visibility within the organization. And the minute you can do it as a success in one particular city, they will give you the responsibility to do this for the entire state. You show proof of concept in a particular state, and you have now enough visibility to do this for a bigger state, a bunch of states, or other stuff also. All right. Okay, now let's go to the next one. Be open to change and enthusiastic to new ideas. We see this resistance to change coming in all the time. Okay, and that's the point that we've discussed in detail. This is how you support the boss by doing new projects. Okay, point number 8 is help the boss do his job better. One of the simplest ways in which you can do this is, let's say he's running a monthly review meeting. It requires a little bit of planning to run an MRM properly, a monthly review meeting with 20, 25 people. You have to coordinate with different stakeholders. Help your boss coordinate with different stakeholders in a head office. As an area manager, you have to work with HR, you have to work with marketing, you have to work with supply chain, okay? You have to work with the plant, and it is your boss's responsibility to do all of those things. If you can help the boss manage the team better, that's awesome. Okay, that's how you become your boss's biggest supporter. That's how your boss becomes your biggest supporter. All of this sooner or later results in better visibility, better appreciation of the talent that you bring to the table, and all of this helps in career growth. Um, Point number 9, last point, is the minute you go higher up in the organizational hierarchy, you're going to need to build relationships with your skip level boss and other stakeholders. We saw, okay, that regional managers and area managers have to coordinate with multiple parts of the organization. As you move into, sometimes if your company is a global company, they may give you an international role also. And at that time, your experience in managing different cultures is very critical. So build relationships with your skip level boss and other stakeholders, and that's really critical and will help in career success. All right. So these are the 9 tips for making more money without quitting your job. I hope it was useful. Do write in the comments which tip you like the most, which you plan to implement, which tips you are already implementing. That would be great. And okay, and I will see you in the next video. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel and share this video with your colleagues. I'm Maneesh Konkar signing off. See you around.